It's late September, and it's time for another gardening update. We're still getting some tomatoes, but we have a lot fewer plants now, so the numbers are getting smaller. And the tomatoes seem to be getting smaller too. This is that Ahi pepper that had a few variegated leaves on it. I let a couple get ripe so I can save seeds. We'll be harvesting peppers till the first frost, so we're freezing a bunch of them. For small hot peppers like these Buena Mulatas, I usually cut the tops off and then freeze them whole. I usually put them on parchment paper on a cookie sheet, put them in the freezer till they're frozen. Then I put them in freezer bags and put them back in the freezer. For larger hot peppers like these Heritage Big Jim chili peppers, I either cut them into strips or freeze halves. This is what the sweet potatoes look like when I first planted them in the straw bales back in early spring. What you're looking at are two bales tied together. I planted 3 slips in each bale and then 3 slips between the bales. I wanted to harvest these 2 bales, so first I had to get rid of some of the sweet potato vines so I could see what I was doing. After about 15 minutes of work, it looked something like this. During the course of the summer, the straw bales almost completely collapsed. In these 2 bales, I planted a purple variety that I got from Trader Joe's, an orange type sweet potato called pumpkin yam, and a purple sweet potato called Okinawan purple. Overall, the purple variety from Trader Joe's and the pumpkin yam did very well, but the Okinawan purple only produced 2 potatoes from 3 slips. I've grown that one before, so I think this will be my last try for it. Even though I like that variety, it just doesn't produce enough sweet potatoes. Here's a closer look at some of the larger ones we got from those 2 bales. I was mistaken earlier when I said that we got 2 Okinawan purple sweet potatoes. We actually got 3. But that still isn't enough to make me want to grow them again. We also froze some sweet peppers along with the hot peppers we froze. And for those, the larger ones, we usually just cut the seeds out and freeze them whole, cut them into strips, or cut them into chunks. But no matter which way we freeze them first and then put them into the bags. I finally cut into this crimson sweet watermelon. This makes 2 years in a row that we've had too much rain when the watermelons were ripening. That can cause them to split open on the vine or split very easily once you tap them with a knife. It can also cause them to be not as sweet. Even though it wasn't as sweet as it could have been, we still enjoyed it, and it was better than some of the ones we bought from the grocery store. Here's a quick look at what it looks like on the inside. Without that sweet potato straw bale in the way, we can see the grafted pepper plant from a different angle. You can now spot several of the 8 different types of peppers at once. We're still getting sun gold cherry tomatoes from the tomato plant that I grafted. Those have been a nice little treat for this time of year. Here's a look at the Ahi Pepper Jungle back behind the shed. Some of those plants are getting close to 5 feet tall now, and some of them stretch all the way to the fence, even though they're planted next to the shed. They're loaded with peppers, and some of them are just now starting to ripen. Over by the storm shelter, we have an Ahi lemon drop and an Ahi pineapple planted, one on each corner. And some of those are just now starting to ripen also. You can see they yellow down at the bottom. So we should have plenty of peppers to harvest from now until frost. You can probably even see some of those green tomatoes on the Sleeping Lady tomato plant. And we'll be getting a few more of those before frost hits. There's a look at a couple more. We have lots of hybrid pepper projects going on indoors, and here's a look at some of my favorites so far. Be sure to let us know how your garden's doing, and if you're just now finding this channel, please subscribe. We'll see you next time.